Is this on? You guys hear me? You have to do it. Okay, welcome. Okay, well, Ryan's going to turn it on. Thank you, Ryan. Is this better? Okay, now we're in here. Okay, so welcome you. Okay, it's finicky, so it may just be like the last meeting. So welcome. My name is Connolly Stewart, Regional Vice President with Arbonne. And I see some guests here tonight. We're super, super excited to have you. And so you're going to get to experience just lots of Arbonne. You're going to hear from two amazing leaders about our business opportunity and more about our products. And then you will see a little recognition, which I think is like the most fun part of the meeting, seeing others get recognized. And you'll hear a message from a husband-wife team that actually lives up in New Hampshire. So we're going to broadcast them up here. Thanks to our guest, Alicia, for helping us with our IT tonight. Thank you, Alicia. And Ryan for getting this mic working. I appreciate that. My husband's here tonight, too. So I would like to first intro my amazing, and us consultants here, our amazing and dear friend and leader, Dina Kretzer, Executive Regional Vice President. And Dina is going to share a little bit about her story, and it's really Dina's experience in this business that I think makes our team so strong. So. Thank you.
Oh, welcome everyone tonight. Is this held in the right place? That sounds like it's echoing. Is it not? Yep. All right. If you keep doing what you're doing in 5 years, that question was asked of me 11 years ago when I was having a conversation that I did not want to have with a consultant in Nebraska who I did not know, but who had, with my permission, sample pack. Anybody else? This was their first introduction to Arbonne, a little sample pack. Well, I had received one from her because my friend, her twin sister, was raving about these products and the difference they had made in her skin. And they had made a difference in mine. And I was elated because I was getting ready to turn 50 and I had tried it all. And this is the first thing that had worked in any way, shape, or form. And I was emailing this Nebraska girl saying, send me more of these little sample pack things, because I've got plenty of friends out here turning 50 and heard of Arbonne. So you send me these, I will send you business all day long. But of course, that made that consultant say, if you are recommending a product like that, you should take a look at this business. And that's when I thought, oh no, Arbonne is one of these things. There is no way on earth you've got the wrong person. Let her have 10 minutes of my time on about her 4th phone call because she was not being pushy or obnoxious. She just had something she wanted to share with me. And I thought, I've got to let this poor girl out of her misery and let's just have this pretend phone conversation. This is no exaggeration. I wish it were, because this poor girl did not have a very easy time talking with me on the phone because I was just going through the motions. I was going to say at the appropriate places so she would think I was still paying attention, which I wasn't going to. And then I would say, you know, thanks for sharing. This is really cute for you, not so cool for me, but I will be your loyal client and send you business all day long. I did not have time for this. I was already self-employed. I worked all the time, and I was not interested in selling anything, no matter how much I loved it. Now, she and I had never met, so she had no way of knowing which I did want to create some different choices in my life. She just knew that she had a unique opportunity she saw that I was already doing 2 of the 3 things that consultants do. I was using and loving the products. I was sharing them with others. The only piece I was not doing was showing others how to do the same thing. So just a little bit of backstory there is my husband and I have been self-employed for many years, and there were 2 huge drawbacks to the business that I ran. Number 1, I worked completely alone out of the home. I saw my computer and my phone and paperwork. That's what I did hour after hour after hour during the day. I loved people, and there were no people in this business. The only reason I agreed to buy it back when we were looking at it in 2000 is because our girls were young teenagers. I had been a stay-at-home mom to bring in an income, but I did not want to be gone when they walked in the door after school. And so that was the one thing that I could see that would be good about this business was, okay, when they leave and when they come home, I will be here. Or to tears all the time in between, but I'll bring in an income and I can still be that stay-at-home mom. But I knew that down to my core, I wanted to do something else that was meaningful work. I knew that I was created to serve, to give, and this business did not allow me to give in any way, shape, or form from me. And the second was that neither my business nor my husband's business were ever going to generate a recurring income. We would get paid as long as we could show up and do the work for our clients. When we stopped, that's when our clients would stop writing checks. Simple concept. But even if you're in a job that you absolutely love or own a business that you love, the same is true. If something ever were to happen where that job or that business could not continue, you would not be paid. So even if you do love what you do, it's just a smart business decision to create a stream of a recurring income. And I would often bring that up to Jeff saying, do you realize that if one of us doesn't find something different to do, we are going to have to keep working every day of our lives, hoping and praying we're healthy enough and smart enough to keep doing this in our 90s as well as we're doing it in our 50s. And that conversation always just circled back to the same conclusion, the same answer, which was not an answer at all, and that was we had no time. We already worked all the time, so what could we do? So while I was over here going, I don't want to hear anything about this Arbonne business opportunity, I had no idea that what she was getting ready to share with me was going to be the answer to 2 things, those 2 things that I was looking for. 1, the recurring income, and 2, getting to help others in a significant way. You know, I didn't have it all written out how I would get to serve. What I wanted was something that would feel like a volunteer job, that would have that kind of satisfaction that you're giving of yourself and helping, but I needed to be paid. And this, is that I've been able to help others create their own level of time and financial freedom that they need in order to create the choices they want in life. I couldn't have written that, designed something that I would love more. So you may share some or all of the hesitations that I had when I got on the phone that day. No time, no interest, no desire to sell anything, worried about what other people will think if you do one of these things. I had all that, and now the air. So I would ask you just for the next few minutes while Jesse and I share to kind of put all those things in a box up on a shelf and ask yourself some different questions, like the one that I started with. If you keep doing what you're doing, where will you be in 5 years? If something were to happen to the main source of income in your household, how long could you keep going on what you have saved? And are you really living your life by your design or by default? Are you doing what you absolutely love and what you're passionate about? And I wish someone had put those questions in front of me when I was 35, 30, 25, 21, and just been able to design, have some things in place before I was married, before children came, to already have a full-time. Hey, that's no fair. Jesse, you're going to hear from in a minute. And I was thinking, I started this business a couple of months before I turned 50. Jessie started it a couple of months before she turned 30. And she's over there nodding, going, I wish I'd had this earlier. All perspective. Well, fast forward, because I told Jessie not to freak, I would sit down and let her talk. It is a great feeling to know now that I can completely support myself from my Arbonne income. if that were all that I had. That is a far cry from the stay-at-home mom that I was going, oh my word, what if something ever happened to Jeff? What would I do? And a few months ago, I sat by my husband as we had a meeting with our financial planner and heard his words say, she earns, it's her income that's making it possible for us to have this conversation about how he's going to retire from those other businesses and things in the next few years. Don't worry, those of you whose tax returns he does, it's not happening like right away here. I was like, boy, this is kind of what you're saying this to. But anyway, and the reason that we can make those plans. And Arbonne, one of the other desires besides having that residual income to retire was being able to create the memory-making times with our grown children. Tony heard. Just what is this one? What's that hand signal there? Because my decision for me to stay home with the girls also meant not doing a lot of extras. And so because we did not have consumer debt, because we did pay off our mortgage and put 2 girls through college, being self-employed, paying health insurance and all that out of pocket, there was not room for extras. It's not because we were frittering money away. We were careful with it. But it just only goes so far, especially when you're self-employed. And so now being able to be planning my 3rd trip to Europe with my youngest daughter, being able to, those of you who know me see it on Facebook twice a year when I take my grandsons to Great Wolf Lodge to celebrate their birthday because it's become tradition. At some point they will outgrow that. I kind of hope we'll do, but then it'll be something bigger probably for them. Or being able to do that spa weekend that we did for Natalie's 30th and treat both daughters to that. Those are the kinds of things we didn't do for our children when they were growing up. And those are not things that are sitting in my house. They're memories and experiences that I got to create. And that's what I was after. I didn't care if I couldn't buy more clothes or do more decorating in the house. All I cared about was experiences that my children and those close to me would remember. And the other tangible is that I would still be pouring good money into that to fix up a very, very old car. And now I not only have 1, but 2 Mercedes that Arbonne's completely paid for. And that got handed down to Jeff last spring. So he has my old, the one that I got in 2010. And I now drive the one that I got last spring. So those were some tangible things that I just wanted to list to make this feel real. Like there are really real things that happen with this business, but the intangible ones far outweigh those. The freedom that I have to choose how I spend each day, that I get to choose to play on tennis teams in the daytime, that I get to go to my women's fellowship at church, which is Hannah and Amber, that I get to do that in the daytime, that I get to have my grandsons anytime my calendar says that I can, and that I get to do all that without go to their school events and do all of that without asking anyone's permission if it's okay that I'm gone for 2 hours or 5 hours or a day or 2 days. Instead of trading my valuable time for a set dollar amount while I build the wealth of someone else, I am building our own wealth and getting to make the decisions all the time. Now, does that sound like I'm not working Arbonne and I'm just playing tennis and going to women's fellowships and playing with my grandchildren? No, I work my Arbonne business. I love it because work feels like growth and contribution. I love what I do. But it's that some of those things, like a tennis match and the boys coming over and the women's fellowship or teaching a parenting class, are on the calendar, and there's still time to work so much Arbonne around that. And there are no words to describe the friendships that have come into my life through this business. Of course, I had friends before, but I'm telling you, the friends that I've made because I said yes to this business, many of them in here, what we experienced on our district manager retreat a week ago, is unlike any depth of friendship that I have ever experienced. And those of you in here, I just want to say a huge thank you for what you brought into my life. So one of the greatest joys I have had in these 11 years is getting to wake up other sleeping giants and get to see the lights come on as they begin to dream, think, could this work for me? What could I create with that? And you're getting ready to hear from one of those who is so special to me as Executive Area Manager, Jessie Collier. I have watched her just take ownership of her business business from day one. And even though she thinks she wishes she had been introduced to it years before, I am loving watching the choices that Jessie's getting to create, having started this business just before she turned 30. So Jessie's going to come up, and then I'm going to wrap this up with a little bit more at the end. So there you go.
All right, cool. So my name again is Jessie Collier, and I'm an executive area manager. I'm going to start us off with the question, what do you want more of? What do you want more of? I'm a firm believer in what you think about, you bring about, and what you focus on grows, whether that's positive or negative. When I started my business 4.5 years ago, I was that stay-at-home mom. I was a frustrated stay-at-home mom, pregnant with number 3, God's plan, not mine. I wanted more out of life, and I knew there was more to life than the 4 walls of my home, but I knew absolutely that I didn't want another job. I did the corporate thing, I earned my MBA. I didn't want that life for me or for my kids. I didn't know what more would look like. But now, over 4 years later, more for me means more impact. The more I grow, the more I can help others grow. I get to help people make healthier choices that impacts generations. More choices. My girls go to an amazing school where they learn how to learn, not what to learn. More vacations. Our 7-year anniversary cruise, my husband and I's 7-year anniversary cruise, was paid for compliments of Arbonne. And we travel as much as we can when we want to. 4, memories and quality time with family. Not just with my own family of 5, but I took my daughter to Germany last year, and she got to meet my grandfather for the first time, who then passed away 4 months later. My mother-in-law passed away last year from cancer, and we spent a month up in New York with our family. No questions asked, because I didn't have to ask anyone for permission. So 5, more of what my husband and I truly want out of life. Not more of what we should have or should do. Things on the outside looked great. We had a beautiful home in the suburbs, but it wasn't us. It's the first house we bought when we moved from New York. Last October, I took a walk with my kids around Swift Creek Reservoir, and I took a picture of kayaks on a rack. And from that point on, my husband and I believed in what was possible for us and for our family. And last month, we moved into a house less than a mile from that lake, where my kids can go right out the front door and ride bikes right around a private cul-de-sac, private circle that we have. We take hikes and we go on adventures around the lake, looking for new parks. We go kayaking during the middle of the week because we can, and we walk to the pool almost every single day. And 6, I wanted to be more of who God calls me to be. I struggled a lot with perfection. Today, I choose being present, to slow down and enjoy the journey. I'm a better version of myself because I said yes to this business. If you're looking for more, whatever more means to you, this conversation tonight has the power to change the course of your life. But before you can say yes, I'm sure that you want to know what you're saying yes to. Everyone's journey is and will look different, but this business can open you up to endless possibilities if you're willing to take that first scary, shaky, unsure, questioning, terrifying step. What if you fall? Oh, but what if you fly? All right, so I love this slide because it just shows the generation. I mean, as you can see, Dina, who has grown children with grandchildren, right? She started this business when she was 50. I started my business when I was 30, and with 2 kids pregnant, right? But there are college students who are making this work as well. So it's anywhere in between, male and female. And Arbonne's mission statement is the power to transform your life and the lives of others. And we're going to talk a little bit about how that works. So this is the slide that I didn't have in here. So we start off with this, and as you can see, when I was going through my intro, I didn't really talk about the money because it's not truly, if you're only after money, I'll save you the headache. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's build wealth slow, as Dina explains. But it is a viable business, and it does provide choices and memories with your family, and that's what's important. When I looked into this, I mean, my husband was traveling a ton, and I was pregnant with number 3, and I was involved in multiple different organizations. I didn't really have the time to start, or the money to start another hobby. But what this shows you is that it's not just another expensive hobby that you're starting. There's a potential for financial reward and financial security, financial freedom in building this business. So you start off at district manager. We show you how to do that within your first 1 or 2 months, and you make up to 1,000, right over 1,000, just starting out as a district manager. The next level, which is where I'm sitting, is for now, is area manager, and this was huge for me because I willed my business to my husband, and it can be passed down 2 generations if something were to happen to me. In my corporate MBA job, I never had that option, and so most people don't, right? So that was a huge benefit and a blessing for my family to know that what I'm working so hard to build and helping change other people's lives is not just for naught if something were to happen to me. It can continue on, right? And that's the type of legacy that I can leave for my family. And then the next is regional vice president, and that's where you earn your white Mercedes that you can pass down to your husband or spouse or whoever you want to pass it on to. And you make up to $16,000 on average per month. And then the top level, and no, there's not just one national vice president in Arbonne, there are hundreds just here in the US. And you're making on average around $22,000 a month. And there's no glass ceiling. So if you've educated yourself on other businesses, there are other businesses like this that put a cap on the amount of money that you can make. Arbonne doesn't play those games. And you get even more money towards a white Mercedes at national vice president. Okay, so a little bit about the Arbonne story. We are botanically based, and we have been around since 1980, so 37 years strong, which is huge because we've stood the test of time and the test of multiple economic ups and downs. People have skin and hair even during those ups and downs. We have cutting edge product research and development, and we are actually, well, I'll get into that later because we're Swiss formulated, but I'll talk about that in a little bit. This company is built on independent consultants like the people in this room and all across the world who are sharing a healthier option for people. We're global, and we'll talk about that a little bit more, which is pretty exciting. And then we just covered the compensation plan. We have a home office team, and our headquarters is actually out in Irvine, California. And then this last one, the member of the Direct Selling Association. If you're researching companies, this is an important piece because we are a regulated industry. This is not just a fly by the seat of the pants. We have to meet certain standards to qualify, and we are one of the top companies in the direct selling association. So you can go online and you can research that for yourself as well. Okay, so our product advantage. Again, we are botanically based, driven by science. Botanically based, meaning we don't use harsh chemical ingredients in our products, which is a big deal. Not only for what we're ingesting, putting in our mouth, and we'll talk about that as well, but also what we're putting on our skin, because skin is our largest organ. And I don't know if you know this, but anything put on your skin is absorbed directly into your bloodstream within 26 seconds. So people pay attention to what they're putting in their mouth, but it's also important what you're putting on the largest organ of your body. We source the highest quality ingredients from all over the globe. So I get this question a lot. Are you organic certified? Well, organic certification is a USDA certification, and we source the highest quality ingredients from all over the world. So there's no way for the USDA to certify as organic, but the integrity of our company and the ingredient policy is likely even better than the organic certification. We're clinically tested. We do a lot of blind studies on our products, and it's heads above other competitive products. We never test on animals. We are vegan certified, and gluten-free and kosher certified as well. Okay, so our product philosophy is pure, safe, and beneficial. So everything that we just went over, we're pure because we use science, but we use botanically based ingredients, right? Safe because we test our products and make sure that they're safe and we're not using harmful ingredients. And they're beneficial because anybody that uses them, you see the benefits, you experience the benefits. And we formulate, there's a whole list down here. I'll highlight a couple. So animal products are byproducts. There's some pretty nasty stuff in especially American-made skincare, for instance, like tallow. There is thousands of different names for tallow. Tallow is rendered fat. Typically, that's from like the cattle industry, for instance. But the FDA doesn't require companies to label that on the products, which is gross. Artificial flavors, artificial sweeteners, those are just bad for your health in general. Formaldehyde-donating preservatives is another one. Mineral oil. So if you're not familiar with what mineral oil is, it is a byproduct of the industry. So it's the colorless, clear, odorless sludge left at the bottom of the barrel once the gas is distilled out. And so it's great for skincare companies and cosmetic companies to use because it fills up a bottle really nicely. You can't smell it. It's clear. You don't really notice that it's there. The problem is that it acts like saran wrap on your skin. So nothing can penetrate, but also nothing can be released. Remember, I said skin is our largest organ. It's our largest detoxifying organ as well. So things need to be able to get out of our skin. Like sweating, we need to sweat. It's important. It's getting toxins out of our body. Okay, so consumable products. If you are business-minded, or if you're thinking about this as a business for yourself, one of the important things to note is that the products are consumable. Once you use them and run out, you reorder them for yourself, for your family. Your clients do the same thing as well, which is pretty nice because you do the work, you introduce it once, and then your clients reorder again and again and again and again, right? And we have over 400 different products to choose from. Products that if you were to go through your entire, I didn't look back. If you were to go through your entire house with a basket, right? And you went to your bathroom for starters, your toothpaste, your deodorant, your makeup, whether that's primer, foundation, eyebrows, mascara, lipstick, bronzer, blush, just the makeup alone, you would fill up a basket, right? If you even wear makeup. If you don't, what about what you're washing your face with? If you go into the shower, your body wash, your shampoo, your conditioner, your face wash, you know, and then when you get out of the shower, your body lotion, all of these things we're already using. But this is a safer, healthier option to what I was using and what most of us are using, right? So skincare, nutrition, personal care, makeup are the main, and we're going to talk about two of the main ones tonight. First one being skincare, and I'm not saying this to like boost up my self-esteem, but just to give you an example. So I met with a client who was interested in the 30-day program. And when I was reaching out to her, after she had already signed up, and I was asking her, what do you want for your free product? Here's the list of free products. And she said, well, your skin looked really like glowy and fresh and clean. I want that. So is there a magic product on this list that can help my skin look like that? And so, I mean, I said, well, you know, she knew RE9 from years and years and years and years ago, right? And so I said, well, you know the answer, it's RE9, so why not try the mask now? But see, that's the type of conversations that happen all the time, right? Because when you're using something and you're a believer in what you're using and it's showing and other people can notice it, it's an easy way to start those types of conversations. So it's not selling, it's sharing. And as women, we do that all the time. We talk about restaurants, we talk about movies, we talk about Latope or Stitch Fix, like constantly. And now we're getting paid to be able to refer other people products that we already believe in ourselves. So the skincare, you can tell right when you use it, even just one time. So this next product, the Genius Ultra, is actually our, well, besides makeup brushes, our only non-consumable product. But it helps intensify the results of the RE9 line, which is our flagship skincare line, if you're not familiar. If you haven't used it, I suggest you try it. But it uses a patent-pending ultrasound technology to help the products get deeper into the layers of your skin, which is pretty cool. So then this last product category that I am going to cover and that we're going to cover tonight is our nutrition line, which Miss Denise is going to come up here and talk about a little bit later. But I love sharing this because I firmly believe that food is at the root of most of our health issues. So raise your hand and keep them raised if you know someone who has diabetes. Keep them raised if you know someone who has heart issues. Keep them raised if you know someone with high cholesterol. Keep them raised if you know someone with high blood pressure. So every single hand in this room is raised, and that's exactly, you can put them down. That's what this program helps. It's not just products, it's teaching people how to eat. So I'm excited to have Jamie share. And so that covers what I'm covering. Miss Dina.
Jessie, that was so great. And that is just, again, why I never, ever would have been interested in doing a business like this, no matter what the compensation plan, no matter what the financial rewards, if it was just putting things in front of people and saying, here's the stuff, buy more stuff. You've already got 10 pieces of this type of stuff at home. But it's the education part that goes with it that makes a difference in health, that makes it worthwhile to get in front of someone. So I'm going to just quickly go over how this business model works. It's sold through the business model of social marketing, and it's exactly what Jessie just said. It's just word of mouth. Women and men are very good at sharing the things they really like or the things they really don't like. Don't ever go to that restaurant because, don't ever shop at the store because, or you have to go here. That's all that it is. And that's significant today because advertising used to be the reason we would go here or there. But now we can find something more important to us than advertising, and that's what other people say. I look at those reviews before I buy things. If 8 of 10 said it fell apart, I don't buy it. If 8 of 10 say this was awesome, I would buy it again. That makes a difference. It doesn't matter what the beautiful color advertising says. So it's just the word of mouth. As a consumer of products that are sold through the traditional retail model, we're paying for each of those middlemen that you see on those arrows. And as an owner of any of those businesses, there's high risk and overhead and payroll and stress. Just like with my husband and I in the businesses we own, they own us far more than we own them. We're on a very short leash. Clients like their work done. And in contrast, our social marketing business model offers the opportunity to work around a crazy busy life, whether it's a full-time job, a part-time job, kids at home, kids' activities after a full-time job, whatever it is that's on your plate, you can work this around it. And because it's not anyone else's, I can stay on there. Yeah, because it's not anyone else's agenda, what you do for them, it's your business and what you want to do for you. You get to choose if you want this to be fun spending money, vacation money, retirement savings, any kind of savings, paying the mortgage, paying a car payment, or replacing and surpassing a full-time income. Arbonne stocks the products. We do not hold inventory. That's a huge plus because many social marketing companies have it set up where you purchase the inventory first and then good luck. Good luck selling that. And a lot of people get stuck with inventory. So we just get to find people we enjoy being with and mentor and train them to build this business to the top or wherever along the line they want to be. So why Arbonne and why now? It's because social marketing is booming. Just what I was saying about the word of mouth over the advertising. And people want more from the time that they spend working regardless of their age. Some of you have heard me share this before, but last spring, a 21-year-old college student promoted to the top level of the company started it at age 19 from a college dorm room because the clean eating that Denise will share is what made such a difference in her health, her body, that she started sharing it. She and her friends used social media and it took off like wildfire. So what kind of choices is this 21-year-old girl going to have when she graduates, not only with no student loans, but with a 6-figure income? What choices would you have made differently if you had left college in that position? Choices of where do you live and what job you're going to take and how many hours you might work. Our products are consumable. Products run out, as Jesse was saying. Happy clients reorder. I would never put my time and effort into a business where there was not reordering. And next, I'm just going to read you a little longer with her story, so I'm just going to keep moving her. Social marketing is the business model of the future. It's here now, and it's here to stay. And that can be the social word of mouth in any way, shape, or form. You in person, you on the phone, you texting, you with Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Oh my goodness. My wonderful, big, young, so many of my young business partner friends, you guys are amazing on Instagram. And it's on my bucket list, don't worry. That one picture that Rachel helped me post last year, if you see my one picture, it's gonna be on Instagram. It's going to have company. It really will. I promise. But anyway, for those of you who love that, that is so available. And I think the younger that you are, the more you're used to doing that. And you can build relationships, you can build a community, you can continue to just invite people on your journey the more that you use the social media tools that are available. If it's not your thing, trust me, baby boomers can build a business with or without it. Anyone can build a business with or without it, but it's an awesome tool. But personal relationship building will never, ever go out of style, and that is what it's about. Social media just enhances that and gives you a greater avenue. The technology right there at our fingertips, I love that we have our own e-commerce website right there that we personalize. There's no extra cost for this. When I started, there was. If you wanted a website, it's $120 a year. I waited until I got to area manager. That was my reward to myself, but I paid it and I kept paying it. They don't do that anymore. You pay your $79 or your $59 upgrade if you're already a preferred client, and you have this website. And there's never another annual charge for it. We have the source. I think Jesse willed that into me because we used to not be able to search on the website. So that's improved. I've just seen so much grow since I have been a part of Arbonne, to have a shopping app now that our clients can order from their smartphones. And then how this all works is it's simple. This page that says experience and share and sell better products. We just stop buying the products in the retail stores where they do not care about them being pure and safe, what the ingredients policy is, and we're paying their overhead. And we start enjoying the benefits of pure, safe products and show others how to redirect their spending and shop Arbonne at a discount. And we earn commission when our clients order either through our website or they registered and have their own ID number now, and they order. That's our great preferred client group. And we share with others how to do the same. I have never once, I definitely had problems with, I don't want to sell, and this, hesitations. But once I began, I never struggled with this question, but I've heard it more than once. I'm going to have to recruit. If I do this thing, am I going to have to go recruit people to be part of this? And I've never seen it as that, because if you just listen to my story, do you think that I was annoyed that this person recruited me? She didn't. And all that I see that we do, and all that I feel every time I offer someone this business is, here's this gift. Let's open it together and look inside and see if this is something that you would like. If it's not, we'll put the lid back on. That's no problem. Love you anyway. It's a gift that's changed my life. I just wanted to offer it, let you look inside and see if you think there's something in there that you could use to change your life. I find that's a very easy thing to offer, and I'm so grateful that someone offered it to me. So how this all starts, it starts with you, with your desire, with your want for something to look different, and then we all build a network of independent consultants and clients as we continue to meet people. It's a global opportunity. Looking back also on when I began, in 2006, we were in the United States and Canada. So I've gotten to see the UK, and then Australia, and then Poland, and then New Zealand, and then Taiwan, and in 2018, who is it? Germany. And is Elka still over there? Yeah. And one of our district managers is from Germany. How exciting for her to get to take Arbonne and be one of the first to build a team in Germany. And there's 4 ways. I can say so much more, but I'm going to make myself scoot over here. 4 ways to earn an income. There's commissions on your own personal product sales. That's significant because this right here is one of the main things that keeps Arbonne from being a pyramid. No one earns more on that sale than you. No, not your sponsor or anyone else that you can name in your family tree upline. You earn the most on every single personal sale. Whether someone's paying retail or they're a preferred client, you're earning the most. Then there are overrides. Your earnings on the product sales of you and your team. Here's the Mercedes cash bonus for the VPs. It's $800 as a regional vice president. It's $1,000 as a national vice president. You can do a lot with that. Work with that budget for a car payment. And then the monthly cash bonuses at every level in Arbonne. They just added in the last few months that you can put $100 consulting cash bonus to all the manager bonuses. So with all of that going for it, what is it that holds people back? I mentioned a few of these at the beginning because they hold me back from even wanting to listen. But everyone comes to the table with some set of fears, usually some of these that are right here. This is new, it's change, it's thinking outside the box. And in the time, I'm just gonna run through these quickly, only busy people ever start this. I had no time in my life to add anything. So I thought, and I couldn't have added a little cute hobby, but I found I could suddenly make a place in my life for a business that was going to do what was possible with this one. And I just want to be super clear because so many people think, but I can't be all in. I have this and this and this. You just don't know what all I have on my plate. But the difference is just making it a priority. It doesn't have to become a priority in your life. If you're home with children, they're the priority. If you have a full-time job, that's the priority. It just has to become one of the priorities. And sometimes it takes some adjustment to figure out, wow, I don't think I can do another week like this. All right, let's see what could be done the next week until it fits in and becomes a natural part of the ebb and flow of your own life. Money, often a misconception, since, as I said before, lots of companies require you to do all this startup inventory and then have to sell it. And Arbonne is 79, plus it's recommended if you're using the products. It's a bit difficult to recommend to others that they should use the skincare, and they ask what you're using, and you're using something else. It makes sense to be the product of the product. The don't know enough people is easily taken care of because there's millions of people out there. You can always find a way to meet one more. So if you are looking, well, I will address the sales because that was such a huge hang up for me. And I couldn't even imagine going to a meeting. I didn't want to earn a trip because I didn't want to go on a trip with weird salespeople. And I thought I would earn the money and then I'll go on my own trip all by myself with my family or chosen friends that I wanted to be with. But I wasn't going to go with some weird group of salespeople. And then I earned my first trip, so we went. And I thought, oh my goodness, they were all people just like all of you, people I wanted to bring home and have as my next door neighbors and people I saw all the time. They were ordinary people who had, say, this extraordinary opportunity and were creating awesome choices for themselves and their family. We're not taught any weird sales scripts. We just are taught to be ourselves. It's harder for a salesperson by nature to do this because they have to unlearn some of that. It's really easy for all those who don't want to talk like a weird salesperson to do this because we say, great, we don't want you talking like that. Just be yourself. So if you're looking for something different, really the only way you'll get past some of these fears is just by jumping out and going for it. If you go out and start to ask others' opinions, went to this meeting thinking about doing this, what do you think? Consider who you're asking, because there is such a thing as the pooled ignorance from people who have never built a successful business with a social marketing business model. And if you're asking people who have never built a successful business in Arbonne, you're likely to get the types of things that were coming out of my head. Oh, it's one of those things. No one makes money in those things. And just all kinds of, they've heard of somebody who tried it and they got stuck with a lot of products and it didn't work. And I just would encourage you it's a difference between getting opinions and seeking wise counsel. And it's important to seek the counsel of those who've been successful in whatever it is that you want to do. And so I can encourage you, go look for the catch. Or if you want a shortcut, I will tell you I looked for it because I just knew there had to be one. And the catch is that you work. That's all it is. It's something anyone can do. The only reason people fail in this business is they give up too early, they quit. But the business works. If you work and you listen to those who have gone before you and you follow them, follow advice, seek that wise counsel, and stay in not constant activity. Right? Consistent activity. You never have to work it continually, as we've been saying, constantly. I mean, perfect that quote. If you work this consistently, you never have to work it constantly. Where was that? So instead of asking yourself, what if this doesn't work? I just encourage you to ask as you leave tonight, what if it does? And I want to have Connolly, thank you so much for doing this slide. It is my pleasure to get to share this opportunity, something that I truly believe in. Can you tell? I hope you can tell. And Connolly is going to come up and we're going to do a little bit of recognition here. Is that something you can tell? Is that yours? Okay, this is yours. Yeah. So we want to recognize, would you want to lead these for
Sure. So we're going to recognize those consultants who earned their district manager bonus. And just to briefly explain what that means. So in Arbonne, when you basically double the amount within your district, and that's between you and your team, double the amount that's required by Arbonne to be at that level, you earn your bonus, which is $200 from Arbonne. And Dina and I gift you with a $5 Starbucks gift card, a little icing on the cake. So district manager bonus earners, Amber Fry. And Rihanna Rihanna Peasy, who is non-local. Yay, Rihanna! Dina Kretzer, who's right here. We'll have our Starbucks next week. And Amber and Ben Lillystrom, who you will hear from. Actually, you'll see them up on the video. And then I earned my district. I'm happy to say that. Yes. Yes.
And then the perfect brick, we have one perfect brick earner this month, and she's not going to announce herself, it's Connolly. And the perfect brick is having 2,500 new and new volume and sponsored 5 new preferred clients and consultants who have $150 orders. So anyway, I
was just going to briefly say why, for guests who are wondering, perfect brick, like what does that mean? That's what I meant. Like, tell me how I earned it, Dina. So I love what you usually share about this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. You know, it's building that long-term wealth, just as Jesse shared, which we learned from you, Dina. And so Perfect Brick, doing this month by month, you're building that foundation for a successful long-term, wealthy, paying business. And I will do the last 2. So halfway to reaching qualification is Rachel Canfield, who is at the beach. So go Rach. She wishes she were here, not the beach. And then halfway to nation qualification is Hope Dealers, this team. Tina Kretzer.
We're getting there. Anyway, well, thank you. And now, we keep promising you that you're going to get the word.
No, I think we can just.
We keep telling you we're going to get to hear clean eating from Denise. You're going to love hearing from Denise.
Yes.
And come on up.
Yeah.
I'm promising that we're not going to say anything about it.
So you're all in, Denise.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, hi everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Okay, my name is Denise, and I am a district manager and independent consultant with Arbonne. I'm also a 3rd grade teacher in Chesterfield County. I am a graduate student at the University of Virginia. I'm graduating in December. And I also own a productivity coaching business called The Busy Bee. So the name pretty much describes me. I'm a busy bee. I love being active. I can't sit still. I am passionate about just diving into all different things. So I have been a consultant with Arbonne for about 1.5 years now, and my sponsor, Rachel Canfield, who is at the beach tonight, she presented the opportunity to me, and we had been friends through our husbands a while before, and she presented the opportunity to me, and I was really excited and I was really flattered. I tried the RE9 sample pack and fell in love with it. But after thinking it over, just like many hesitations that we talked about tonight, I just really felt like I just did not have enough time. I really felt like I couldn't take another thing on. This time last year, I was actually engaged in planning my wedding. I was also, we were looking at houses and hoping to buy one in the near future when Rachel presented the opportunity to me. So again, just had a lot going on, and I was excited about the opportunity, but I just felt like I couldn't make it work at that time. So I told her no for a few months, and then it's a weird memory that I have that I always like to share because it was so random. It was actually my birthday. We were out to dinner, and we were talking about how I had gotten a Fitbit or something. So I was talking to her about it, and Rachel was like, "Ooh, I want to get one," and she just hopped right on her phone and ordered the Fitbit, and she was like, "Oh, I'll just use my Arbonne money." And like something clicked with me that this was a real business, that she was really making money. And so weirdly that night, it was my birthday, I guess I was feeling inspired and, you know, looking towards the next year for my goals and my dreams. And so I texted her and I was like, okay, I'm in, because that's just how I do things. It just takes me some time, and then I was like 100% in. So I dove in with 2 feet. I managed to just kind of weave it into my life with everything else I had going on. But one main reason why I said yes was because I realized that this would be the best time for me to make some extra money. Since I was planning a wedding and since we were looking to buy a house, every Arbonne paycheck literally went to one of those things. And it was so helpful because I didn't have that stress of, you know, saving money for a house or, you know, a wedding bill coming up. And so that really was a huge reason why I said yes. And just really at the end of the month, having that cushion, this was really life-changing for me and my husband. And we did end up having an amazing wedding, and we did end up buying our house. We've actually been there a year now. And I really do attribute a lot of that to Arbonne. But besides the extra money, just like Jesse and Dina were saying, it's not all about the money. It really is all about the choices and everything else that has come along with that. I feel like I have grown, just really dove into personal growth and development, which I feel like has really inspired me in all parts of my life as a teacher, as an educator, and also really motivated me and inspired me to start my own business. And I really don't think that I would have ever thought that way or thought outside my teaching box, or the permanent choice that I made in college I felt like I had to just be a teacher. And while I do love teaching, and I'm not sure what the future brings with that, I just know that because of Arbonne, I'm able to have choices in my life. And when I do have a family one day, I know that I can make a choice that fits me in my life and my family because I said yes to Arbonne. So I'm going to dive into the 30 Days to Healthy Living program because that was another reason why I said yes to this business. With Arbonne, we're really able to show people how to be beautiful on the inside out. So obviously the inside is nutrition and our amazing 30 Days to Healthy Living products. And also, obviously, as we talked about, our skincare and our makeup. So we're really able to show people how to be beautiful on the inside out. And that's just so amazing to me. So with that being said, the first time I did the program was May of 2016. So again, it was like right before my wedding, and I was kind of looking for protein and some other things that I could do to kind of get in shape for my wedding. So before I talk about the first time I did the program, can I get a show of hands if you've done the 30 Days to Healthy Living program before? Okay, and keep them up if you've done it more than once. Okay, pretty much everyone's hand stayed up. So I love that because I feel like that really speaks to the program and how it's something that you want to maintain, and you feel so good after doing it that you want that feeling all the time, and you want to share that with other people. And so I just feel like that really speaks to the program itself, that it's not just a one-time thing, it's not a magic pill, it's not a fad diet, it's something that you felt so good and you loved it so much, you got real results, that you wanted to do it again. Where was I? Okay, so it's a clean eating, detoxifying program that just teaches you simple and easy changes that you can make in your life. So for me, I just feel like I'm so much more aware of even like when I'm shopping for products or when I'm cooking, just simple and easy substitutions I can make in my cooking. Just so much more aware of like how my body is feeling after doing the program. So the program helps you release and eliminate toxins. So again, that sounds kind of scary and intimidating, but really it feels so great and it's easy to maintain it after the program. So we show you how to do these simple and easy changes while incorporating the products. So obviously they're over here on the table, and I'm going to speak to some of my favorite ones towards the end of my presentation. All of our products are gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, have no artificial colors, flavors, or sweeteners as well. So again, that's our product advantage and just our integrity behind all of our products. So when you join the 30 Days to Healthy Living program, there's a Facebook group that you get entered into with support and accountability, because we all know it can be really hard sometimes to stay focused on your goal, but it's so much easier when you have someone doing it with you. And we even give you recipes and shopping lists to help you be successful. So my biggest thing was I always wanted to do something like this, but I mean, I'm on Pinterest looking at recipes, then you have to go to the store and figure out what you need to get. It's just, as I said, I'm a busy bee. I don't have time for all that. So this really makes it easy that there's 4 weeks of vegan recipes and 4 weeks of non-vegan recipes and the shopping list. So like I said, I did it for the first time last May, and my best friend Rachel and I consultant with Arbonne as well. So when we decided to do the program, we actually teach right next door together, and she's one of my best friends. So we decided to do it together. We just printed off week 1 with our shopping list. We had so much fun just getting ready, and then clean eating, like the food is probably gross, and like I'm gonna have to go to McDonald's every night after you cook. And I was like, thanks for the support. I'm just kidding. But like the first meal I made, like again, like instead of tacos with cheese and shells, I had a taco and avocados and tomatoes, and actually really good and like a normal meal. weird heart thing. So anyway, my best friend and I had so much fun just Snapchatting pictures of our meals back and forth and being healthy, and we just had so much fun, and we had, amazing results as well, which I'll speak to in just a minute. So at the end of the month, I did lose about 8 pounds without working out or anything, because again, I just didn't have time. I had so much more energy, and I just felt so confident, and I got so many compliments from people. Like, Ben and I were at some golf tournament, and we were dressed up, and people were like commenting on my Facebook picture saying, "Wow, you look great," and like they could tell. And I just feel like there's no price on a program that makes you feel so good, and your self-esteem is so high. And my best friend Rachel felt the same way. We slept better, we had clearer skin. So again, it's not just about the weight, it's just overall how you feel. And for my clients that have done the program, they have had amazing results and have been able to get off stomach medications and things like that. So it really is a good feeling to be able to help people and help them change their lives. And again, as a teacher, I'm passionate about educating other people on making healthy choices. And so that's why this is such a great program. So I think that's pretty much everything. I just wanted to talk about some of my favorite products. So I would say, again, the 30 Days to Healthy Living program is 30 days. But again, a lot of the products you can do outside of the 30 days if you're not ready to commit right now to the whole program. So I would say the shakes are probably one of my favorites, just because as a teacher, I have a shake almost every day for lunch. Just mix it with some almond milk, some fruit, ready to go. I also love the Fizz sticks. So before I did the program, I'm a coffee girl. I definitely love to have my coffee in the morning. But then in the afternoon, I would have a Dr. Pepper or something else unhealthy. And our energy Fizz sticks truly do give you that burst of energy. My mom says she feels like she's on like speed or something. She doesn't know, but she loves it. She was like a tea drinker, but she says that she can really feel like, mental clarity and focus in her work. And even my husband, again, who was like very, questioning the program or whatever, he has a Fizzy almost every day as a CPA, especially during tax season and things like that. It really helps him stay focused. And the Fit shoes. I've just recently got on board with the Fit shoes, and I love, we all want something sweet, a little treat after dinner. And so I love the caramel Fit shoes. Just pop it in my mouth, and then I don't have ice cream or anything like that. So the program starts August 7th, and if you'd like to join us, we would love to have you. And when you sign up for the program, again, you get the shopping list, you get the recipes, everything, the Facebook group, but you also get 40% off when you buy the whole package together. So that's an amazing deal. And if you're a new preferred client, you even get a free gift on top of that. So just like Jessie was saying, you can try the skincare or makeup or something else. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. All of you teachers are such incredible presenters. I love to hear you. So thank you. And next, we are going to have a little message from Ben and Amber Lillystrom. Am I safe to say we're going to have that message, Connolly? Ryan, get over there. Help. Okay. Ben and Amber together are area managers. There they are. They live in New Hampshire. And you'll hear Amber begin her business, and then Ben joined her. So they are now a team of area manager. Ben, brave guy, came down to our district manager retreat. We had 21 managers, women managers, plus Ben, all in the house, and he just fit right down. We loved getting to know him. So, hit that, and I want you to hear the two of them speak. That was hello, Arbonne family, but I think I'm the only one who heard that. Oh, it's good. I hope you can.
How are you?
I'm Amber.
I'm Ben.
Lillystrom, and we are Team Lillystrom with our Arbonne business. We just recently merged, and you just recently left your 11-year police career. Yeah. Kind of corporate, right? Corporate lifestyle, leaving every day, not having a lot of time for the things that mean the most to us. And so we just wanted to record a really quick video with you guys. We actually just got back from our district manager retreat down in Charlottesville. Virginia. We live in New Hampshire. In fact, this is our backyard, you guys. Can you see? Hold on. Sweet old New Hampshire. So when you guys are up in this neck of the woods, then you'll have to come and say hey and visit us. But we just want to share with you a quick little snapshot around how we launched our Arbonne business and then ultimately how we decided to join forces and do it as a couple.
Yeah.
Have happened as a result of that decision. So I'll just share my why first because I was the first one to start the Arbonne business, which happens naturally, right? For most of us, it's generally the wives who are approached first. But we're going to be changing that, I think, and really kind of, just shifting the culture on that, which is really exciting. But specifically for me, sorry, this is like, there we go, technology. Back in 2015, at the end of the year, we had moved into this new home. We were experiencing challenges with my skin that I'd never experienced before, and I was feeling really frustrated by it. And I was feeling super overwhelmed. I would go to Target and I would try to find the green leaf in the aisle, thinking like, this is the most natural thing that there is on the market. I don't know what to do. There's just too many options. And I finally just surrendered and started using like Trader Joe's face wash and thought, you know what? Something's going to come my way and I'm just going to stay open to it. And my dear friend, Rachel Canfield, who I know you guys know, started her Arbonne business back in January 2016. And in a conversation with me, we were actually talking about our other businesses as branding coaches, business coaches. She said, I'm so excited, I launched an Arbonne business. And then she sounded just like that. And for those of you guys that know her, you know that's true. And she was like, had it all wrapped up in raffia, my little sample pack, and she mailed it on over to me. And I used it, you guys, and 2 days later, you know the rest of that story. More about this. And I think the coolest part about it all was that Rach didn't necessarily know that I was looking for Arbonne. I was looking for a network marketing opportunity to weave into our businesses, into our family, and to create something that really started a legacy for us. We love the network marketing model. We had dabbled in it before, but just hadn't found the right fit, the right company. And so when Rach did discover Arbonne for me, it literally ticked all the boxes. And I just said, yes, where do I sign up? Tell me all the information I need to know. Let's do this thing. And I think it was about 7 months later or so, I hit area manager, and it's just been an incredible ride. We are just obsessed with the products and all the things. It's helped us so much with our health on so many levels. And so you started using the products. When did you start?
It must have been about 6 months after you started.
Yeah.
You told me how great you were feeling and all the great results you were getting from it, and so I decided to try it as well.
Yeah, and Ben, you're also an athlete, so using the PhytoSport line.
Yeah, the PhytoSport works really well. The proteins work very well as well. The shakes are great. Be able to drop 10 pounds, not even trying to, using the products.
Yeah.
It's really helped.
Yeah, and I think the thing that's really cool is just that, I said, honey, this stuff is awesome. Can you try it? And you were like, sure.
Yeah, why not?
And like, I think our husbands are just like, they want to keep it as simple as possible. And that's really what we found. And so now as we're embarking on this journey together, I feel so much stronger together. I feel so much more supported in having you by my side doing this. And it gives me more confidence as I'm, making business asks and I'm sharing it because, simply friends, because it's just helped me to build my belief in an even bigger way. And I think at the core of anyone who's successful in anything, it really comes down to how big your belief is and how big your vision is and how tightly woven those two things are together, the vision and the belief, which is really like the fuel in the tank that's going to help you get there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so I think on our journey at this point, we're just super excited and we're just super open, and we've been sharing it on our social media profiles in a bigger way. We're excited to be hosting some events here at the house, having Discover Arbonne here at the house, inviting our team over for team events and barbecues and things like that, and just like really connecting and sharing the gift that is Arbonne and what it has brought to our lives as a family and what we know it can bring to so many others' lives as well. So that's our story. Thanks for watching, you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
And hopefully we can have you on the pond sometime in the near future. Maybe we'll have an area manager retreat up here in New Hampshire. That's great. Thanks, guys. Have an awesome meeting. We love you.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
So, here's a good place to read it. Okay, Ann and Fran are going to come up and give the raffle tickets. And I just love watching Ben and Amber doing this together and seeing how they're, you have your ticket out? Okay. We're going to have 4. Somebody with the microphone. Or well.
pictures in here? You do.
I do. I'd like to. Can we take that?
Yeah. I promise I'm not gonna. I'm gonna later. Okay, the 4 lucky tickets are down. 064 733 064. Yeah. Hopefully it's not all on my side of the room. 063. Wow. Really diversifying tonight. 060.
Oh.
One more for this side of the room, right? Trying, Lauren. Okay, 061.
Oh my God.
Wow. That's it.
Thank you so much. And to give our closing message tonight, another one of those sleeping giants that I have had the joy of watching grow and create so many options for her own family. Her lucky husband is back there tonight, Ryan. And anyway, and I'm not the one who shared this business with Connolly. I shared it with a friend of mine who shared it with Connolly. So if you're thinking tonight, who do I know who would do this? You might know someone who you can share this gift with, but there's also going to be many, many others that you will share it with, and it will be just such an adventure to see who they share it with. And Connolly is one of those adventurers that has come into my life and has become just the dearest, dearest friend. And y'all are in for a treat getting to hear. I don't know what she's going to share tonight, but it will be awesome because whatever she shares to close us out with will be inspirational.
Thank you, Tina. I have our photos. I'm supposed to use that. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for that sweet introduction. I love you. Okay. Oh. So, all right. I should have figured it would still be. See, I am not a technology gal. I'm learning to be. Okay. So, hello again. I'm Connolly. And just so those of you who don't know me, my background is in education as well, like Denise. And that's why I loved hearing you share, Denise. I always tell her, I'm like, you remind me of me, you know, when I was your age, because that's exactly your age is when I started Arbonne. So I'm just excited for you to have all these choices because that's really how our life has unfolded, was by, you know, saying yes to a business opportunity while I was in the career that I thought I would be doing for the rest of my life, like you shared, and then realizing it wasn't what I wanted to do the rest of my life, and enter Arbonne and seeing that this was another option. So this business has given my husband and myself, but one of the biggest ones for me is the ability to stay at home with our 2 young boys. And they're getting older, so our 6-year-old and 3.5-year-old. So as they grow and enter every new stage of life, I get to be right there on the front lines, being a part of it. And actually, Grayson said something today, right? I didn't tell you this. We were leaving the pool, and there were at our gym, there's an outdoor like water park, and there's kids who stay there all day at a camp. He was like, Mommy, they're still here? Like, what are they doing now? I'm like, well, they stay at camp all day, you know. He's like, well, when do they go home? I said, well, around 5 or 6, like, you know, usually around our dinner time, like when Daddy gets home from work. And he's like, oh, I just want to jump on the bouncy house here and swim. I don't want to stay all day like that. He's like, I just want to be with you, Mommy, all day. And I was like, oh, I want to be with you all day too. Stay like this forever. So it's little moments like that so worth it. So worth it. So I am reading, along with several others, The Success Principles by Jack Canfield. And so I love this. And so those of you who maybe aren't avid readers, this is great because you can just read a chapter a day and you can take so much away from one chapter. And this is for anyone in personal development, not just for growing an Arbonne business. But I have noticed that when people look at our business, there's this all or nothing sort of mentality. And, you know, I see it time and time again, and I do it to myself. You know, it's like, I've got to meet all these goals or I'm not being successful. Or you see it with those who are starting the business. Like, I'm afraid to start because if I can't go all in, I don't think this is for me, and I can't go all in. Who can ever go all in anyways, you know, because there is life. But where I think that's actually fear-driven, from when I just analyze that within my own self, I'm like, that's coming most likely from a spot of scarcity and fear. So then I read this today, and I had to share with you guys. So this is the success principle, take action. So Jack Canfield says, planning has its place, but it must be kept in perspective. Some people spend their whole lives waiting for the perfect time to do something. There's rarely a perfect time to do anything. What is more important is to just get started, get into the game, get on the playing field. Once you do, you will start to get feedback that will help you make the correction you need to make to be successful. Once you're in action, you start learning at a much more rapid rate. And those of us who have launched our businesses know that to be true. And so learn from, you know, my 7 years, I didn't share that, I've been in Arbonne 7 years, like learn from, I guess, my experience, in that every time I question myself about anything, because I'm human just like you, when I get back into massive action, just take the next step forward. You guys, this goes for everything. Motherhood, being a parent, you know, that is being a parent, being a wife, every step of your life. When you move your foot one in front of the other, start to see the success, start to get it, it just kind of shifts into gear. And so that would be my #1 piece of advice to those of you looking to start your business, or those consultants who are maybe just looking for a relaunch. Maybe something has shifted in your life and, you know, you're ready, but at the same time you're hesitant. I would just say take action. Know that when you take one step forward, everything else will flow. And the best news is you don't have to take one step forward that you're making up on your own, because we have a system. And I mean, this is what we do. We teach and train every day, every new consultant, every new teammate going for their next promotion. We're teaching and training the same things that I do every day as well to grow my business and keep it moving forward, so that our family can have these choices and that we can share that with others too. So I hope that's encouraging to you, or to maybe someone that, you know, is looking at Arbonne as a business who's not here tonight, and, you know, they are feeling that hesitation, but you can just say, just don't look at the whole big picture. And sometimes it is really important to have that big vision. In fact, it's always important to have a big vision, just like Amber shared. But if you can take your focus to just what is the next step that needs to happen, your vision should be what motivates you to take that next step, and that next step, and that next step. So thank you guys so much, and we will see you September. It is the first Tuesday of September. I don't have the date in my head. The day after Labor Day, the 5th. September 5th. Be here. We'll see you then. Thank you.